Pow down, boy.
Puppies. Yo, can I ask a question real quick?
What?
Is it a New York thing to pronounce sword as sword?
No, I don't know. I just think he did that to make it sound good.
He's not the only person I know who did that. Doom did it. Ghostface did it. Like, they always pronounce it as sword.
I don't know. I never pay attention to that.
Nah, I'm gonna look into this and get back to you for season 4.
Damn, it's gonna take a whole season for you to do this shit?
Facts, I'm gonna make a video essay about it. Like they do on YouTube. Shout out Nerdwriter.
Whose man's is this?
Yo, we back, baby.
We back. Season 3, episode 1. We've been on a hiatus for 3 weeks.
Yeah, facts. AB Dash dodged the child support case. We're out here.
So now you know why we've been gone for 3 weeks. We really been gone for 3 weeks just to take a hiatus from this bullshit and really get to love the art again.
It's facts. You know, sometimes you gotta take a step back from the paintbrush to realize we all Picasso in this bitch.
I actually read a fucking interesting, like, I wouldn't say a segment, just like a little thing. Then what am I thinking of?
What, Picasso?
Like a little article about Picasso went out to dinner with some chick one time and he was drawing something on a napkin and she thought he would give it to him for free and he was like, no.
Oh, I know this one.
He was like, no, give me $1 million, and she was like, $1 million, but like you just drew that right now. It took you 10 seconds. And he was like, nah, it took me a lifetime. That nigga's an ill nigga.
Facts. First of all, he's a dickhead. Second of all, he's an ill nigga.
That's an ill nigga. Imagine going on a date with a girl. You're on a date with a girl. You're trying to get some pussy. He easily could have just gave her that shit and got pussy that day for sure.
Probably. Like, and you can just say an excuse like if you're paying for the meal. It's like, you're rich. That money didn't take you anything. He's like, yeah, it took me a lifetime to earn this. Bro.
It's true though. It did take him a lifetime to draw that shit,
It's
and it took him a lifetime to make that money. It's his lifetime. Like Jay-Z said, you think I'm gonna be paying for all this shit just because you know how to suck dick? Like,
you think Picasso said sword too?
I don't know. Maybe it was said like that back in the days.
Bruh, I'm gonna find this shit.
I definitely don't think it's because it's a New York thing. I just think because Jay-Z was trying to rhyme that pattern. They got the
only time I heard it be done is from New York rappers though. So I'm like concerned.
I've never really paid attention to that, to be honest, like at all.
Alright, you know what? I'll try to move on from it because I know I'm gonna spend the whole episode just thinking about swords.
We could just put this on swords right now. Swords are pretty interesting though. Like katana swords and shit. That shit's so super dope.
Those are fucking sick. You ever seen the videos where they slice their entire pig? That's
we
hanging?
watched that together, nigga. Remember?
You put me on to that in the shop. Yeah, that's just fucking
fire. The videos are hilarious because there's a whole bunch of fat guys just cutting like literally whole hogs of pigs or like whole cows and just slicing them straight through, or like bamboo sticks and shit.
Something like that. Because what they'll do is that they'll say like the pig skin is most like the human skin, so they can like formulate how much like it actually cut through.
Well, I never got why they were cutting through the 5-gallon plastics though. Of water.
Just because it looks fucking sick.
The bamboo I understand because bamboo is a very tough material to break.
Yeah, but then the water, when you cut through, it slows you down. The actual water inside.
That might be the reason. Then I didn't really understand. Just thought it was a whole bunch. They literally were just dressed like office workers, and they were cutting shit on their fucking lunch break.
Have you ever seen the thing where it's kind of similar? Well, they'll take like different people in history. Yeah. Let's say like people in the Mongol army versus like 500 years later, people in like the Roman army and shit like that.
Nah, dude.
And then they'll make a computer simulation about them fighting and see who would win.
They do that with there's a YouTube page where they do it against animal versus animal. Animals will never fight.
Animals, you can do that in real life though. You don't need a computer simulation.
What are you gonna make a gorilla and a hippo fight?
Yes.
But they do it on like a balanced terrain, so it wouldn't be like a hippo will obviously win versus a gorilla in water, but on
land, like a regular like cube.
Yeah, and I think they do it kind of like, you know how they used to do that shit like Pokemon was like critical hit, so they do like your best hit.
I hear you.
Like what their best ability would be against their best ability. So like obviously a fucking gorilla charging up and hitting a hippo if he was running towards him.
Do you think a human can ever beat up a gorilla?
Hell no. You ever seen gorillas talk? No way. I remember one time I saw a video where a gorilla smacked the glass in front of a kid, bro. I would have shit myself, man.
Oh, then the whole shit like shake?
The whole thing shook. Like was shaking like an earthquake, my nigga. And I'm like, my God.
So they say that like a full grown male gorilla is like 10 times stronger than a human.
I would
Like,
1000%
like
believe that.
the strongest human. And gorillas don't even like bodybuild or anything. Imagine if you gave that nigga some weights and let him hit the gym. He'd be fucking ripped.
They're just naturally that big though. Like you see it, they're like fucking muscular as shit, dog. So I guess we'll like transition off this shit of the random.
Hold on.
What?
How many push-ups do you think a gorilla can do?
A lot, dude. Like if you actually taught them how to do a form and stuff like that, a gorilla would probably do.
That's what I'm saying. Like if we took them to the gym and we like really showed them how to do this shit, I think they could really like pick up.
I don't think they need it though, to be honest.
Not for form and stuff like that and endurance. You got to.
Cause like not even cause. Imagine a gorilla deadlifting. You won't have enough wasted for a gorilla to deadlift, bro. Like there's no way.
How much can a gorilla deadlift?
Like
is it
no
like
way.
relative to your weight?
Not really, cause at one point I was deadlifting more than my weight for sure.
Yeah, but there's only like a certain amount you can go to until you need to like get way more and get bigger, don't you?
I don't know. There has to be some certain plateau that you hit at a certain weight, for sure. But a gorilla could probably fucking launch that shit.
A gorilla could probably like deadlift a car.
Exactly, like no problem.
I was reading this thing that says like an African elephant, like sometimes can weigh up to like 6,000 pounds.
Yeah.
And you can never deadlift an elephant because like they're too floppy and like they would never like stay still. But theoretically, a gorilla could deadlift an elephant and toss that motherfucker into the sky.
I never thought about that, to be honest.
Like, we just talking math here.
I wouldn't. Yeah, if you're talking basic math, then yeah. Like if a gorilla could theoretically fucking
lift
a car, it can lift an elephant. Well, elephant weighs way more than a car.
Well, it depends on what car.
I would say maybe like SUV.
Right.
SUV probably weighs like 6,000 pounds.
That's how much the elephant weighs.
Yeah.
I think.
Isn't a ton a pound or a ton 10,000 pounds?
Oh, a ton is 2,000 pounds.
2,000 pounds. So that's 4 tons then.
How much does an elephant weigh?
Live from season 3, episode.
Oh, so they weigh about okay, so the smallest one is 6,000 pounds.
The smallest.
That's the one I was thinking.
Was that the baby one or
that's
something?
That's the no.
Oh, it's like the species.
The species. It's an African forest elephant.
Mm.
So
which one of the ones that are like great?
Those are great, but there's a bigger one that's like fucking.
That was mad racist of me to just think that it was an African elephant, it was gonna be darker.
I mean, there is another African elephant that weighs twice as much, but it's like in a different like environment. One's in the forest, one's in like what we think of when we think of the safari.
I don't know, man. I was looking at some shit the other day too about fucking Somalian people.
Somalia or Samoans?
Somalia. So what would they be called if you're native to Somalia? Somalians, yeah. I think it was Somalians or one. Nah, it might have not been Somalians. Then it was another tribe where basically they do
like all big. And stuff? Yeah, that's Samoans.
No. It's an African tribe.
Oh,
it's I forgot what it was called though. But basically, what they do is the UFC fight. But
yeah,
they don't have any of the proteins and shit that we do or anything like that. But just naturally, how big those people are compared to us, it's like ridiculous, bro. Like they naturally are fucking huge.
Is it really Somalia? Because that's where Sheck West is from.
I don't know if it was Somalia, but it's one of the African countries. But they practice basically doing UFC fighting in sand.
And they just fucking ripped.
Yeah, they do it in sand and no equipment or anything. Yeah. And it's kind of like a mixture of UFC fighting and sumo wrestling. But they're fucking jacked. And this is a third world country, so they don't really eat a lot either.
Yeah.
So
they're just running out pure hormones and like chemicals at this
just
point.
Just pure what God gave you.
They're doing the keto diet for sure.
The keto diet?
Keto, yeah.
Actually, that is more close to the water, so they eat more fish than anything.
Well, yeah, I thought the whole keto thing is you don't eat carbs.
I think the keto thing is basically you eat more proteins than carbs.
Yeah.
But the keto diet is kind of bullshit because if you eat all the keto... If you cut out all the carbs, then yeah, you will lose weight faster. But as soon as you start eating carbs, you'll balloon right back up.
Yeah, because it's all based on like instead of your body burning carbs, your body will burn fats and shit. But as soon as you introduce carbs again, it's a wrap for you.
Yeah, as soon as you use carbs, you'll get back to your normal size.
That's why for every
you'll get jacked though if you do keto. You'll get jacked.
Yeah,
for sure.
For every gram of carbs you eat, you should do 100 push-ups.
For real?
No,
I was about to say, where'd you read that study? I never heard that.
I mean, it'll probably help.
Look. I'm Dominican. I love carbs, nigga. All I eat is carbs. So fuck all that.
I had a café and a pancito before I came over here.
Exactly.
It's a wrap.
Bread, especially white bread, is fucking huge in Dominican culture.
I'll never know what my facial features are. I got too much cheek.
So I guess we'll switch in that to what have we done in 3 weeks of the hiatus besides Andrew being that fucking child support case.
Oh wait,
we had the Friendsgiving.
Yeah, I
which
hosted.
was very white of us.
It was very white of us.
Yeah.
I wanted everyone to leave by 10 o'clock.
You wanted everybody to leave by the time I got there.
Yeah.
Why? I never understood why people invite people.
No, it's because
who don't like people around.
I don't know what convinced me to host something, but like
you're not a host.
I'm not a host. I just wanted an event, and I knew that like it wasn't going to be.
Ovio Omar is a host. I'm not a host either.
Nah. So basically, like I like everyone. But like, get out of my house. You
feel
me?
You're introverted. An extrovert needs to host a party.
I guess
they're just naturally good hosts.
At someone else's party, I'll be perfect. At my party, like, get out of here. But yeah, Friendsgiving was cool anyway. I still have like 4 cakes in my fridge.
Damn, why you bring some?
I didn't know you want cake.
I would have ate a couple slices.
I got tiramisu, red velvet, and
I would
chocolate.
eat the red velvet. Fuck the tiramisu.
It's just mad old though. Like the frosting is getting like weird.
Crystallized?
Yeah.
Oh no! If it's tasting like that, then fuck that.
Facts.
Did you put it in the freezer?
Nah, it's in the fridge, but it's just been so long, bro. It's been over a week.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But think about it. Those cakes last longer than a week in Publix. You don't think so?
I think they get rid of them.
Maybe. I don't know. For all you up northers, you niggas do not know what Publix is.
Yeah, but yeah, so I had Friendsgiving.
What else?
My birthday happened. I went to a few concerts.
Yeah.
And
yeah, happy birthday to AB Dash. For all those who didn't know it was his B-Day, go hit him up on AB2_Dashes on Instagram.
Thank you. This is 23.
This is 23.
That's what I've been posting on everything.
Every fucking social media outlet. Anything this nigga's doing, this is 23.
My cousin called me out though because he said Andrew's just doing the same shit he does every day. He's putting this is 23.
23, yeah. You basically doing the same thing. What else we had? We had the Friendsgiving. We had Ovio Omar's birthday. We went to.
I couldn't go.
But
you guys went to the parkade.
Yeah.
Any NBA Jam?
Yeah.
Fire.
The NBA Jam shit was full though. It was like a lot of people waiting in line to play NBA Jam. I don't know why. I played Blitz and beat Schmike like 40 times.
The fuck is Blitz? Oh, the
NFL game? Blitz. Yeah. What else have we done?
I don't know.
Thanksgiving, the big thing.
With the real fam.
Fuck you did for Thanksgiving?
Nah, I was doing Black Friday, G.
Oh yeah, you was working.
I was
Damn.
out.
Gotta slave it away. Facts. Thanksgiving in Dominican families, nigga, basically you eat at 8:30. This Thanksgiving, once all the young people left, everybody left. Like as soon as JT the God left first, then it was me and my brother, then Ovio Omar, then everybody followed suit, and everybody was gone. So we was there for like 3 hours max.
I mean, my whole family was in DR, so like, I basically had no one to spend it with anyway.
What's hilarious is like everybody always gets fitted up for Thanksgiving, and it's like for no reason. Like I'm going to see family, bro.
I see these niggas every day.
Nah, my cousin came downstairs in gym shorts and fucking no shoes on or anything. I'm like, bro, what are you like? At least make an attempt, my nigga.
No shoes, mismatched socks. You already know.
Anything else we did in 3 weeks? When nobody went on any vacations or anything. Nobody went on any hiatuses or anything.
Nah, it was basically a good resting.
Yeah, it was a good resting away from the podcast for a good minute. I know a lot of people was hitting me up about that shit, but we got a lot more listeners during those 3 weeks. So thank you to everybody who was listening.
Then we surpassed 100K. That's legendary.
Yeah.
We coming for you Monday morning podcast with Bill Burr. Yo, weak ass shit.
So I guess we'll transition this to the album that we've been waiting on for the longest time. Well, one of the albums we've been waiting on for the longest time. We got Anderson .Paak, Oxnard album. I'll let AB Dash take it from here on his thoughts and his dislikes of the album or not.
Doc, so we've been talking about Anderson .Paak for a minute. Like, for a long time, we've been thinking about, yo, this shit's gonna drop. His shit's gonna be top 10.
That NX Word shit had me like... One thing I don't like to do is give expectations on album because I feel it's unfair to people to create new things.
Right.
So if you're expecting the same thing from an artist, I don't really like to do that. But coming off of NX Worries and Malibu, I expected some fire ass shit to come out, and I'll let AB Dash continue to give his synopsis on it.
Yeah, basically, like, it's still good. I still like it, but it's not better than No Worries, and it's not better than Malibu, but I still like it. My whole problem was with the album is that it's not really, like, the highs of this album don't match the other highs of other projects he's had, and the lows are a little more common. I feel like he doesn't really hit his stride in any point in his album. There's no, like, 3-track or, like, 4-track rhythm where it's like, wow, fire after fire after fire like there was in his other projects. And then the whole sound of this album, it sounds like they did 80s and 70s music, but in 2018.
I felt like this shit was just everywhere. The album was everywhere.
Yeah.
Because he's so talented of doing a lot of things, he didn't stick to one thing, and when you do that, it makes it sound like a mess to me. So it's like when you're building a sundae. Say when you go to a restaurant and they build a sundae, you have no control of what they put on the sundae, so you won't go extra on the syrup or any shit like that. So because it's true, because when you make it at home and you have control of it, nigga, you put way too much and it's too sweet and it don't taste the same. It's the same thing. It's like that nigga just had to control his own sundae and just made it too sweet. It wasn't enough balance between the salt and the sugar.
I hear where you're coming from on that. Plus, like, when I'm listening to this album, I can't tell anybody what's it about.
Yeah. It's kind of like an Action Bronson project. Like, it really wasn't... Like, there was some storylines in there, but it really it lacked substance to me. Like, but it is good if you're just listening freely while, like, really not really worrying about what he says.
Which I feel like that's almost like a backhanded compliment to him, because he sometimes painted such, like, vivid stories. Like, on Venice with Milk and Honey, that shit was fire. Yeah. And, you know, Malibu had some really good stories.
Malibu has a lot of good songs on there.
Fucking with, especially the song with The Game, the song with Schoolboy Q, and even with The Fall and The Season and Don't Care and Carry Me. Mama, can you carry me?
That song with The Game I like a lot. A lot of people really like that song though.
It's because they didn't like The Game's part.
I like The Game's part.
You know, I think we talked about it like way before this podcast about how he did his verse.
Yeah, I like his verse. A lot of people don't like his verse.
Apparently, he did his verse. He went into the studio, the booth, and just rapped about one of the girls that was there.
Hey, you need inspiration sometimes. You got anything else about the album?
About the album?
Yeah. Before I go down on my list, because I went song for song and I wrote something for it.
No, I'm just going to say I'm going to keep listening to it. I do like the project.
Yeah, maybe it will grow, for sure.
Yeah, maybe it will grow.
Let me just say this right now. We don't dislike the album. We just had more expectations for the album than what came out. It's like Reasonable Doubt to Volume 2 to me. Even though Volume 2 is a really good album, a lot of people like to hate on it, but...
Are we going to go down and do our favorite tracks from it?
I got a track by track, like things I wrote for the track. So,
okay, you go ahead.
Number 1 is The Chase. Like, it gave me that Black Exploitation movie vibe. Like, I like it. It's a good track. Head Low is a good track. It's by him getting dome. I really don't like the part at the end when he's fucking actually getting head. Well, it sounds like he's actually getting head and he's like, oh, girl, stop. Like, that's kind of awkward to me.
What's awkward about that is that the other cars, the ones that are beeping on him, it's his voice too. So it's like him yelling at himself.
Exactly.
But I thought that was funny.
Windows 10, or it's just called Tense. That song's a really good song, but I don't count singles ever. Who Are You is whatever to me. This is where I feel he lacked right here. The 4 or 5 records. Who You Are, I didn't really like. It was like whatever track to me. 6 Summers. The first half of it I didn't like. The second half was good to me. Savior's Road is a good track. The flow with the guitar, the way he balanced it when like he would end a verse is when the guitar riff. I really like that shit. Smile, that song is really hard. That's probably one of my favorite songs. What's the number 8 called? Mansa Musa?
Mansa Musa, yeah.
It was alright.
I like that one.
Brothers Keeper was hard to me.
Brothers Keeper was hard.
Anywhere, which is track number 10, was the best track to me. Him and Snoop, I like that track the best.
That track's hard. But then this next song is where that, like, he almost had that 3 full songs in a row, and then this next song ruined it.
Trippy with J. Cole. You said you didn't like the verse on here, right?
I didn't like J. Cole's verse.
The verse was a normal Cole verse.
It doesn't fit the song.
Yeah, I would say it didn't. That's one of those things where, like, I heard Swiss Beats talking about how he made his Poison album. He was like, I could have easily put a lot of big artists on my album, so it would bring, quote unquote, he said, like, the smoke to it. But he said, I'd rather get... He had a track where Jim Jones was on it, and a lot of people were complaining, like, why'd you get Jim Jones on it? But that track fit. That's all I think artists should do more than... I know you gotta sell records, though. That's the thing. It's a business and it's artistry, so you have to mix it. 12 was the Q-Tip. I like that record. And I didn't get to 13. What was it, 13, 14? 2 more tracks?
Yeah.
So I didn't get to the last 2 tracks.
So the last 2 is one with BJ's Chicago Kid. It's decent.
I like BJ's Chicago Kid.
And the last track is Left to Right, where he imitates a Jamaican accent for the whole song.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't like.
So I wouldn't really like that song.
But there's certain things that niggas like from other artists that other artists try to do. Like Drake imitates a whole bunch of fucking accents, and niggas love that shit.
I do love that shit. Yo, BJ the Chicago Kid underrated?
Oh, super underrated. BJ Chicago Kid is super underrated. That's one of the people that I would say that when people say R&B is dead, and then they have BJ Chicago Kid or James Fontenot.
The first time I heard of him was on Schoolboy's studio.
Yeah.
Like in 2013.
He had some tracks earlier on 14. With Kendrick and shit. Like he was cool with TDE early. Just like Janae Aiko had a whole bunch of records with Kendrick and shit early too as well.
That was always surprising me when I go back and look at the track list and I see Janae Aiko's name there. Yeah. I'm like, yo,
she been making music for a long time though. She was in the in a band, not a band, but a girl group. Just like when NSYNC and all the niggas was popping in, the music industry thought like, oh, there has to be groups.
Her and Kehlani?
Nah.
That'd be a fire group.
Nigga, Kehlani wasn't even born yet.
How old is Janae Aiko?
Like 30 something.
How old is Kehlani?
Like, isn't she like really young? I wouldn't say she wasn't born yet, but she was really young.
Yo, she pregnant though, chill.
Okay, that shit don't mean nothing to me.
Kehlani age. She's 23. Yo, she's my age.
And Janae Aiko is how old? 30 something?
She's 30.
30.
Wow.
So she's 7 years older than her. So when Janae Aiko was making music, she was 16. So Kehlani was like 11.
Childish Gambino's 35.
What just made you? It just had. If you also search this, you may want to listen.
Janae Aiko, yeah. He's also 5'9".
Is he? He seems a lot shorter than that. Right. Yo, any other music drop that we forgetting about? Any albums drop that are worth noting? Not just you just fucking spitting a whole bunch of bullshit out. What albums drop?
That worth noting for like their quality, for like
quality.
For quality, I don't know.
Nah, I don't think there was any other notable records that dropped.
I mean, a lot of people like that JID kid. He dropped his album.
Oh, he's nice though.
Yeah,
JID is nice. I didn't listen to the album, but he's nice.
Jay Critch, Smino, they dropped.
I think Jay Critch is a pretty good artist out of Brooklyn. I like his vibe and shit. He's bringing like that little bounce back to New York and shit.
Shit. There's still a lot of music to drop in December and tomorrow.
Tomorrow, who drops tomorrow?
Meek.
Meek drops tomorrow. I actually want to listen to the album.
Meek,
sure.
Earl, and then somebody else.
Earl drops tomorrow too.
I'm gonna go. That's all I'm listening.
But I heard Earl's album's only like 23 minutes though.
It's 25 minutes. Yeah.
Damn. I hate when Things album drop. Salam Remy and Black Thought.
Oh, that dropped like the other day.
Yeah, it dropped like last. I think it dropped around Thanksgiving.
It's like
that album is really good.
It's like 9 tracks.
That album is really good. Yeah, it's like 25 minutes. That's why I thought about it because like all these albums are 25 minutes. But if you like bars, definitely you gonna fuck with that Black Thought thing. And Salam Remy is like one of the best fucking executive producers I know. Like any like good R&B records that you hear like out of Miguel or like at Mac Wilds in his beginning of the time. It was Salam Remy who was like executive producer and all that shit, and I feel like he should executive produce a lot more shit than what he does, cause that nigga has an ear for music like crazy. And he's like one of the best. That's probably my favorite follow on IG. Simple, like Salam Remy. That's my favorite IG follower all time.
Besides Freddie Gibbs.
Gibbs is up there. It's like Salam, Gibbs, and like Kim Jones. Like they're
Kim
like,
Jones be posting a lot of shit.
Yeah,
Yoon be posting a lot of good shit.
Yoon is the queen though.
Yo, I fuck with Yoon.
Yoon is the queen. I guess we can start that. We'll transition that to the Yoon Nike collab. What?
Get ready to hear nothing besides the Earl album next week for the next episode. That's all.
So the Yoon Nike collab coming out. I feel like Nike's really trying to make a push for like having designers design
a lot
Nike
of
now.
Fucking collabs, bro.
But remember, before we talked about this like on season 1 about how Adidas was doing that the best.
Yeah.
So Nike is trying to venture into that world too.
I feel like Adidas tries the best with celebrities and musical artists, and then Adidas comes.
What celebrities they got? Like celebrities, like I said, there's celebrities.
Celebrities that like don't make music.
Yeah, don't make. They aren't artists.
All I know is the people that are artists.
That's what I'm saying.
Besides like Kylie Jenner and Kendall.
Yeah, but they don't have a signature shoe. They just doing that for. They have a signature shoe out of Adidas.
Yeah, well, there's one that's like only they model.
Oh,
so like their model shoe,
yeah,
signature shoe. But Nike be having all these people. They have Samuel Ross. They have Samuel Ross,
Heron Preston. They have the dude who we were like so bored at fucking Hype Fest of listening to him.
Oh, Alex guy.
Not just Sylvester. They got a lot of people.
Shit, they're getting a lot.
But no, like as far as the designing side, they're really upping that up, like for real. I guess they saw that Adidas was making them wave with Alexander Wang, who we'll talk about further in this episode.
Yoon doesn't have a shoe, right?
Yoon does have a shoe with
Nike.
Yeah, it's an Air Max 180.
Like that's coming out soon.
Yeah, it was on her Instagram actually, but her shit it's more of like a zip up shoe.
So it's gonna be like a woman's.
Yeah, it's a woman's collection. But
the collection is fire.
The pants that they have for the women's collection with the 3M like lining on it, I'm buying those pants. I'm gonna get the biggest sizes possible, and I'm buying those pants.
The faux fur jacket with the Nike swoosh on the back.
That shit was hard. Like I'm saying this right now. Yoon is like leading the women designing thing as far as new women designing. She's killing it right now.
You know what I saw after I saw that? Adidas has one.
What? A faux fur?
Already for sale.
Yeah, well, come on. Like, you already know that.
You already know.
I had this written down. I was going to talk about it earlier. Later. But it's like, I think every brand makes dope shit. It's what you highlight and what gets recognition. I think every brand will make dope shit. But it's like, do you have enough eyes on it? That's it. Because it's not like Stussy or like all these other brands stop making trash shit. They have some things that people don't like, but they still make the dope shit. Like if they were popular, they would sell.
Fact. It was kind of like when Jay-Z came out of retirement, all he wore was the hundreds on that one tour.
Yeah.
All he wore was the hundreds.
Or like on the Watch the Throne shit, all they wore was Givenchy at that time, and then Givenchy got huge, and they were wearing the Don C snapbacks, and that shit got huge. That's when Don C the Yankee Jones was going for like $2,000 on eBay,
which is insane. So it just goes to show you that like brands have the times. I'm
telling you, Yoon's jewelry game, bar none, dog, bar none. Maybe Nigo's up there.
I think making good shit though.
I think Nigo has the best jewelry collection out of anybody of all time.
But like design wise, I think you got him.
But I think he designs his shit too. But like he physically designs, but he like sketches it out. But his that one that he made for the KFC shit, the spin around heart one.
KFC shit is ridiculous.
Son, this nigga Nigo don't fuck off, bro. But Yoon shit is popping for sure. In my opinion, she's the best dressed woman in fashion. Hands down. Like, she puts things together a lot better than a lot of people do.
I don't have a troll answer and I don't have a real reply, so I guess I agree with you. But yo, what's good with that human made KFC collab? That shit was hilarious.
I think it's in Japan and Asian cultures, they really are big on KFC or like fried chicken.
I know it's the biggest restaurant in China.
Yeah, it's like they're really big on fried chicken. So I guess it's like
it makes sense. I guess.
Yeah, I guess I think he always delves into things that he likes.
Yeah, it's just weird coming on my end when I wake up and I see that there's a Nigo KFC.
It was random though.
Yeah, and he's in the fucking restaurant.
But the clothes hard or not?
Some of the shit's hard.
Some of the shit's hard.
Some of the shit's hard.
Who else could pull that shit off though? That's what I'm saying. Like
the photo tee is hard. I can't lie.
I think the Coach jacket's not that bad either though. But I don't really fuck with KFC, so I'll never wear none of that shit.
Hard facts. I haven't had KFC in like 18 years.
I don't like fast food fried chicken, but if I do, I would prefer Popeyes. But I don't think Popeyes is that great either.
Popeyes is phenomenal.
I don't think it's that great as people try to make it seem. That's one of the things that I'm like. Maybe that's how people feel when I be like Chick-fil-A's popping and niggas be like Chick-fil-A's whatever, bro. Like, alright, that's all I can say.
It's just like it all depends on like when you hit that. Like, so let's say your first time experiencing Popeyes at like 1 a.m. That's gonna be your favorite chicken restaurant all the time.
Well, yeah, I'm saying when you're of your own mind state, nigga.
Bro, nobody's of their own mind. Let's get that right.
What do you mean?
Nobody's themselves. Everyone's everyone else.
In what form, though? What are you talking about? Yeah, the manifestation of us isn't the inside of us either, but...
The manifestation of ourselves is our projection onto the world.
Yeah.
So you're never really yourself.
Not projecting it to everyone else, no.
Not projecting to everyone else.
If you're saying like that, like, you're not yourself to everyone else, no, but you're yourself to yourself.
I guess.
Yeah. You can't be nobody else to yourself but yourself, unless you lying to yourself.
When my family was out in DR... and it was just me in the house for 2 weeks, I learned what food I really like, what I could live without, and what I could do.
No, I've always been good with that. I don't dwell in the things that I don't like, and I like. I'm very clear cut. Like anybody who knows me, I'm very clear cut on what I like and what I don't like. Simple.
This nigga's never doing anal.
Never. Hell no. Hell no. No, but I don't deal that. That's what you use in the bathroom, and that's it.
Yo, speaking of anal, shout out Dwight Howard. We out here.
We're not gonna get.
We're not touching that. We're not touching that.
We're not touching that. Because we can go for like an hour on that shit, and I'm not touching that. It's too much shit to talk about on there. Let that nigga live, bro. That shit is hilarious. If this was a sports podcast, I would definitely do it. But I don't really want to.
I don't know. Has he been hooping this year though?
Nigga, the thing is, this nigga.
That's my only question. Has he been hooping?
This nigga's been out with a buttocks injury for 5 weeks, bro. That's why I want to get into it. That's why I want to get into it.
Before the injury, was he hooping?
Last year? Because he hasn't played this year.
Shit. He hasn't played this year at all?
He's been hurt this whole year. But last year he was hooping, though. He was balling last year.
Yo, since we're already on basketball, I have a screenshotted message from you saying that if the Magic win 15 games, you would give me $50.
No way. I said that?
Yeah.
How much games have the Magic won?
They've won 10 already.
Yo, everybody on the Magic gets hurt.
Oh, no. If they win over 25 games,
there we go.
You'll take bleep out on a date.
That's for sure. I'll do it. 1,000%. I'll 1,000% fall through that. They're not winning 25 games.
They got to win 15 more games.
Yeah, but
they just lost to the Trailblazers, I think.
Exactly. The thing is, the way the NBA structure works, yeah, they're gonna go for the wins, but they're gonna start taking out star players. I just hope they don't take out Nikolai Vukovic because I have a
He's been fucking.
Yeah, I have a fantasy fucking draft shit with him, and that nigga's been balling, and we got $500 a piece on that shit.
You gotta take him out. The
no.
Ringer did an article on him. It's about to get the Ringer curse.
What's that mean?
Every time they write about somebody, they start sucking.
That's kind of like the Kobe detail effect, where Kobe, you know what the Kobe detail is, right?
Nah.
Kobe detail is basically where Kobe watches film on the player and he will tell the player like what they should do in certain situations, right? So whenever he does that, the players play like shit for like the next 20 games. Like the nigga Jason Tatum who plays for Boston, he did a detail and he was working out with Kobe the whole summer. And he's been playing a lot worse than when he played last year. Like, last year, that nigga was balling. This year, he's like,
They were saying he was like...
He's taking a lot of shots that he shouldn't be taking.
Last year was his rookie season, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was his rookie season.
He was balling.
That could be the same thing, too. Like, the rookie season, a lot of people don't see you coming, so they don't really plan for you. But now they know that you're a good player, so they plan for you.
I saw a tweet that said it was talking about if Kobe really took all these young players and told them to play like shit just to preserve his legacy, he really the GOAT.
That'd be some petty ass shit to do.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
I guess we can go on to the next ACW Nike collab. Thoughts on that?
Shit. I'm not gonna say I love. I'm a fan.
You do love Samuel Ross, my nigga.
I'm a fan of Samuel Ross. I think he's really creative and all that stuff. I don't think that this Nike collab highlights all his creativity. Yeah. And I'm not a fan of the shoe. I fuck
with the shoe heavy. The only thing I don't like is that they didn't make it an original Air Force One silhouette. They did
They did the regular one and they just implemented some new technology on it.
Yeah, they did I think it's called flying leather or some shit like that, but basically it's like an eco-friendly leather. I'm still gonna cop the Air Force Ones though.
I think it's just a ploy to market the new type of technology.
Yeah, it is. They always do that. When they get a big name, they always give you a shoe and then a shoe that you don't really like.
And it fits because Samuel Ross is known for working with like weird materials like polyurethane and like.
So it could have been his idea too as well.
So it could
have just been like one of those times where things just connect at the right time.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm not looking at this shoe mad inspired, but at the other same time, I did spend like $160 on a Dominican shoe that looks exactly the same as other Air Force Ones.
Hold on to that one because we're gonna go to that one. One thing that I would say is I think Nike had a plan with all these designers because the Yoon shit, let me rephrase that. The ambush shit looks a lot like the ACW shit as far as the colors that they used, and it's very heavily 3M'd on it. The sneakers, I think, is where they got the leeway. But I like the clothes the most, though. But their clothes are very similar. Like, the pants that Yoon had for the women's collection is super hard. Like, I'm copying those pants. Because they look better than the ACW pants. The way that she lined it up.
The ACW Nike coat is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, I was just talking more about the clothes. Because we've talked about the shoes on here before.
It's built like a trapezoid.
Yeah, I like this shit. It's creative. It's giving a creative take to the same sportswear shit that we've had for forever.
Facts.
Like, we needed new change. I'm tired of seeing the same Adidas track pants. Like, we need something different. And the same thing as Nike track pants. It's just a black Nike track pants. Even though I like it because it is simplistic. And then it's just a 3M Nike swoosh. Like, it's fine. but I want something different. Like, I don't want the same thing all the time. I'm not gonna eat chicken. Well, I do eat chicken all the time, but
you can't use that analogy.
I'm not gonna eat the same sweets every time. I'm not always in the mood for ice cream. I'm always in the mood for cheesecake, but not in the mood for ice cream.
Yeah, sometimes you want a little apple pie.
Sometimes I want some froyo.
Froyo.
Nigga, you've been eating froyo.
Froyo's at the bottom of the chain of.
Only reason I fuck with froyo is because it's healthier. That's it. No, I'm saying that's the only reason I fuck with froyo a lot, because it's healthier.
Weed is healthier than crack. You smoking weed out here?
I don't do either.
Alright, then why you eating froyo?
Because I like desserts. That's the difference.
Alright, bro, keep it moving.
Like, you can say that
he's mad hypocrite out here.
that is a very flawed thing. You can say that I like that ice cream is crack, and I'm already into it.
I'm already in.
So I'm looking for another fiend and fucking.
Bro, Kelani 23.
So we getting aside to the Del Mio Force Ones that came out. Basically, did we talk about the Del Mio Force Ones before?
Nah.
So Del Mio Force Ones is basically Air Force Ones catered to the Dominican culture. It has Del Mio on one side, on the bottom, which Del Mio means one of mine, and then on the other side it's an orange Nike swoosh. AB Dash says it's the same as every Air Force One. No, it's not.
I was being
on the bottom it's a translucent sole, like the whole sole is translucent, just not like the bottom of the Air Force One. The sides are red, and I think they're are they patent leather? It's on some sides.
Yeah, and then on the heel it's imprinted with República Dominicana, and same thing on the tongue tabs.
And the not the tongue tabs, the I want to say they're called the italics or some shit like that. It's the dominoes. So basically, where on the 07 Air Force Ones, the silver little plate was, it's dominoes, and then it's a Nike domino on it.
Right. And it comes with all of them.
And the box comes as the Dominican flag.
Yeah, and then there's like 3 sets of laces in the Dominican flag colors.
Shout out to C's though. C's is the designer of that. If y'all want to follow him, I believe it's CEZE. P.
Yeah,
on Instagram. He's super dope. That was a big thing for the Dominican culture. I just wanted to highlight that because
second coolest Caesar I know.
Because there's not a lot of Dominican designers, and I feel like there's a wave of Dominican designers, and if I could highlight that, I will highlight that.
Facts. We're gonna have a Dominican highlight episode.
I want to have an episode with all of them out. We've already talked about this. I want to have an episode with all of them on, like all the Dominican designers and artists who I fuck with. Like, cause I'm in contact with them most of the time, so I would like to do an episode like that sometime in the further.
Let me get this quick shout out. Then shout out Monica Hernandez from New York. Do your thing with the oils. And the paints.
So I guess we can keep this on the Nike page. Are the Nike? You think the Nike SBs are coming back?
For sure. First of all, they've always been good shoes. I love low profile shoes.
I've never not been a fan of the Nike SBs though. They just stopped making them after a point.
They just really stopped. What happened was they had like their 4 silhouettes with their 4 pro skaters, and they're like, all right, we're gonna pimp the shit out of this.
Basically, what corporations always do.
Yeah, we're gonna put weird technology that shouldn't belong in skate shoes. I remember when they put the Air Max bubble on the fucking Janowskis. I was like, what the fuck is this? Can't talk about SBs without saying rest in peace, Sandy. I think we mentioned that before.
No, we mentioned that on the docket now.
On the docket?
I don't think we've said it on here.
So a lot of people think that Nike SB stands for Nike Skateboarding.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It stands for the guy who's the creative behind the brand. His name is Sandy Backenbauer.
I think it just fits perfectly because it's both. Then what is it called when it fits both initials? Skateboarding Sandy. And his name. It fits both initials.
But I could definitely see a lot of this SB stuff coming back, especially the Dunks and Blazers.
I never not like Dunks, and I understand people who don't like Dunks because Dunks look like not Air Force One, but Air Jordan ones.
But like
they're very similar.
They look very low though.
Yeah,
that's the way they cut. Plus, they're like chunkier in the back.
Yeah, well, it's for skate. I've always been a fan of the low Dunks, and then the Blazers.
The Blazers are hard.
They've been like if Nike's trying to make a pushback for the SBs. I don't know if it will stick, but they're trying to make a pushback for the SBs because they had the 3 diamond supply. One of them was at Complex Con. The Canary joint. And then they have a Purple Concept lobsters coming out. They had the 2 Lance Mountain Rose ones.
Yeah, and then a lot of new Lance Mountain stuff.
Yeah, the Lance Mountain Stussy shit's coming out soon. Yeah. But I've always spoke with
skateboarding is so big again. I want to say.
Yeah, everything has its time to come back and to leave. It's just a cycle.
Like I'm really enjoying watching new skate videos again. It's pretty cool right now.
I haven't watched a skate video in a minute. Last time I watched a skate video was like with the skate videos that they shoot here and then they put them.
And they put up. Oh, the last one is fire. Shout out to. I'm gonna find this dude's name, but yeah, that one was fire. Shout out George too. He was in it. But what I do also like is that they're taking shoes that weren't primarily SB shoes, like the Blazer, which was originally a basketball shoe, and they're turning into the SB. Yeah. So they're saying like they're really noticing what skateboarders really wear and like how can we make this into a skateboarding shoe. The
thing is, I don't think that you can make a quintessential skateboarding shoe because skateboarders just skate in whatever. Just make dope shit. Just make dope quote unquote skateboarding shoe. Just put SB on it. Just make dope shit.
Skateboarders will skate in whatever. There's a famous video of this kid skating in Doc Martens, which is hilarious.
Skateboard. Like, just make some Air Jordan 1s, some Air Force 1s or some shit. I don't really think you can skateboard Air Force 1s because the sole's too thick, but like...
Plus, like, a really attractive skateboard shoe is cheap.
Yeah.
Like, they were skating...
They're not going to make it cheap, though.
Nah, they were skating Air Jordan 1s in, like, the 80s and the 90s because they were only, like, $50.
Yeah. Well, cheap relatively to what the market is now.
Cheap to what
they'll make $100 SB. Like, SB's like $130. Like, that's cheap to what the market is now when every shoe's $190 and up.
I think Eric Costin shoes are only like $90, and Vans are only $45.
Vans is the only thing that has stuck in the price point. The Vans is $55 too. And Converse too. But that is owned by Nike, so I guess Nike's like, alright, nigga, y'all want some Converse? Go ahead. That's a cheaper version of a Nike.
Converse be bugging though. I mean, Nike's bugging with Converse, just like Converse rock.
I don't think they're meddling that much. They're just using more collabs now.
With Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler. Thing had one too though. A$AP Nash. A$AP Nash, I feel like, doesn't get his just due in fashion because a lot of people do.
A lot of people just
draw from what he does.
A lot of people just brush him off as Ian Connor's friend, even though they're not even like that no more.
I don't know anything about their friendship, but I know that like I like his style, but I like his style in the sense of he does what he does, and I do what I do. I don't think I could pull off a lot of shit that he wears. Like I don't really like a lot of shit that he wears, but I like it on him. I really wouldn't personally wear it a lot, but he was the person, instead of like, I think a lot of people think that Rocky is the person who started like a lot of the Prada wave back.
You were wrong.
He was fucking with the Prada wave early too. I just think he should get his just due. I did hear Push give him his just dues though, because I think Kurt Frost interviewed him, and I caught one question that he put on his Instagram, and he was like, who do you look for in fashion? And he was like, who inspires you in fashion? And he said A$AP Nash. And I'm like, oh, that's dope. That's dope.
A$AP Nash Converse was good too. That was a good shoe.
I wanted that shoe, but it was way too limited. Like, I still want that shoe, but it still goes for $300.
It was almost like weirdly limited too.
Yeah.
I thought that would be like a big push for that shoe.
I would have thought that they would have had a more wider release for that sneaker.
Vince got a Converse too.
Yeah, I like Vince's joint though. Vince's joint was cool.
It was fairly regular. It was just like dark blue and orange.
Yeah.
Niggas really be
cooking. Yeah, like it's just simple. Do you. That like people. I think people try to do too much most of the time. Just do you.
Facts. If you're a Crip, just Blueface bleed them. Do people really listen to Blueface?
Blueface what?
Blueface bleed them.
Is that as a rapper?
Yeah.
I never heard of him. Never.
Shit.
But if you know him, there's people that listen to him.
That's a good ass point. Yeah.
If you know him, there's people that listen to him for sure. Since the archive drop, what do you think? And our company's gonna follow?
I'm in love. Even if they not for sale, just looking at it is really cool.
They were for sale though.
Yeah, but they were for sale. But I'm saying even if it wasn't, it would still be cool to see.
No, because I had to like think to myself because when I clicked on it, everything was sold out. So I'm like, did they just like put it up for like archival purchase?
Everything wasn't sold out, and it felt legitimate because a lot of pieces only had one or two sizes and one or two items.
Yeah, I wonder how they did this. Like, did they just have something at a warehouse and then they just dropped it, or like?
Yeah,
they specifically had. I don't think they gave. Safe to say, I don't think they gave away all the archives that they had. I think they wanted to keep some archives for them pictures.
But I thought that was really cool.
I thought it was dope. I thought it was really dope because it was out of the blue. Nobody knew nothing. Like I think that was the time when the Union Ones was dropping. So I wasn't really paying attention to it. Like I would have copped some of the shit because I did like the hats, even though I don't wear hats.
This guy.
But I would like to see other companies do it. Like a Nike joint would be dope. A Supreme
Nike
one would be dope.
A Nike archive would hurt the vintage market a lot.
Bro, I still see shit probably hurt the vintage market a lot.
Like guess, but
because Stüssy's a big market.
Not to the extent where, like,
well, obviously well, they really don't care about the secondary market.
They don't give a fuck.
But not give away a lot is what I'm saying. Like, don't give away the popular sneakers. If you do give away the popular sneakers, let it be like Stüssy did, where it's like 1 or 2. That won't. I don't think that will really hurt it.
But Nike won't do that. They'll be like, all right, we coming back with this.
Yeah, they'll remake it. They'll remake it.
Yeah.
If it's 5,000, it's fine. Because Nike, bro, the thing you don't notice is that when the Nike shoe comes out, it's millions of Nikes. Millions. Like when the Air Jordan drop comes out, it's like 5 million Air Jordans.
All right, bro.
So 5,000s would be like,
it's only like 40.
No, it's not. It's millions, dog.
Get these bots on.
It's millions for sure.
There's only 40 human beings that got them, though.
Oh, probably. A Supreme one will break the internet, though.
A Supreme one would break the internet.
For sure.
There's websites that show the archival pieces, like, in order by year and date already. So you can already kind of look at what's coming back. Anything from 2001, 2006 already goes for crazy bread.
Hell yeah.
So I brought that shit back. It'd be insane.
And I think about it from like an archival purpose of like high fashion, it would be so ill.
It would be very cool.
It would be so ill to be like Dior or like the old Celine, quote unquote, or
the old Celine.
I never really paid attention to the Celine shit. The shit that Phoebe was dropping was like really dope, but it wasn't getting highlighted.
It goes for a lot.
Like I used to see a lot of her men's sneakers they used to put out when she was there in Celine, and a lot of like how she does like turtlenecks and stuff like that. I would pay attention to that, but more of what I see like on the women's side, like that shit is super dope if you know how to style it right. That shit is super dope.
It's just cute. Not to like belittle the craft, but like it reminds me of stuff from like a lot of times on the Twitter timeline you'll see like a retweet of like a runway and it'll say like Chanel 95 and Dior.
Hate that.
You hate that?
Because it's girls who's just like...
It's girls who don't know shit.
It's girls who don't know shit. Like, oh my god, like, I wish fashion was back like this. Like, but you don't know nothing.
Like, bitch, you shop at Depop.
That shit, Depop is actually kind of dope, though. Because, like, you can't sell vintage shit on Depop. Yeah, but I'm saying, like, dog, like, that shit annoys the fuck out of me. Like, those little things, that's why I, like, fucking, like, fuck with Larry Davis. So, like, because I know that Larry Davis isn't really like that. But that's his, like... That's what he wants to be. And I fuck with that because, like, that's what I am. Like, that little shit like that pisses me off because I know you're not paying attention to anything like that. Like, you can't be like that and then, like, say, like, Vapor Max is the best silhouette Nike has ever had. Because they just came out last year or some shit like that. And you have 40 pairs of Vapor Maxes. Like, that really don't make sense to me.
And then when they do I love when they do the Photoshop on, like, a shoe. And then all the comments on it, like, yo, where did you get these? Blah, blah, blah. Where are these coming from?
A lot of people are...
A lot of people just don't know.
A lot of people don't know. A lot of people are ignorant to, like, the fashion things. Like...
I mean, shit happens, you know?
Yeah. Not everybody's gonna know everything. And I do like that. But let me rephrase that. The fact that I don't like is not, like, that they saying that it's dope. It's the fact that they think that... Well, they're trying to portray that they know about it. I don't like that. Like, if you don't know something, just say you don't know it. Like, it's cool to learn things, my nigga. That's how you fucking evolve. It's cool to learn things. I hate people who are always like, yeah, I knew that, or I know that. Like, bitch, I know you don't know that. Just be a fucking human being and learn. That shit pisses me off.
Learning is important.
Very, my nigga. Just, like, learn shit, my nigga. Don't, like, it's very ignorant just to be like, oh, yeah, I already knew that. Sometimes you might know that, but, like, you can tell sometimes when the person didn't know that. Yeah, I knew that.
Just
like,
retweet and say, this is cool, and keep it moving.
Nah, just retweet it. You don't even gotta say shit.
Nah, you gotta quote to get those your numbers up.
That is true. I mean, half of them just be fake followers anyways.
But ain't nobody gonna retweet it for free. Fuck out of here.
Damn, imagine that nigga saying, yo, pay me $5 and I retweet your shit. No doubt. Basically, that's what people do now anyways.
To get popping.
Yeah, to, not to get popping, but I'm saying to like, oh yeah, basically to get popping.
To get a viral tweet.
It's basically what these brands are doing to like fucking popularize their fucking products. It's marketing. It's like, all right, pay me, nigga, and I'll put that shit up on social media, which is like a power now.
It's true. Oh, you got between 20,000 and 100,000 followers? Let me just send you this right quick, and you just post it. I need 3 Instagram stories and 1 post. Shout out Lucas.
Think about it. We talk about Lucas shit here. You got to pay $60,000 for that.
Facts.
That's a lot just for you. That's what people make in a year. You getting paid for that and putting 3 pictures up.
You know he's like 22.
Yeah. I think you always say this about him and Karen Frost, and I'm like, yeah, they're young, and you're so surprised about it.
Yo, and Luca got 1.5 million followers.
Yeah, but
so, like,
that's the thing, $60,000 though, like Niggas graduate college and get a job after that fine with a 60K.
Facts. They're like, I'm cool with that.
Like, I'm comfortable after that.
He didn't even do it either. For 60K. He said, fuck it.
He did one.
He did one. He said, fuck it.
Fuck y'all niggas.
He basically said, fuck everyone that works in middle management. Suck my dick.
Basically, my nigga. Basically. The Alexander Wang, we brought it back to Alexander Wang. He kills Adidas collab. He is the Teddy Saint of Adidas collab.
That superstar is really cool.
That superstar is really dope.
Sleek.
The sock one that I showed you too, that shit was dope. And then the other one that they have, I don't know what model that was, where it was like the little bit more chunkier one. It's kind of like
the marshmallow puff.
Yeah, it's kind of like the versions of the ones I have, but a little bit more chunkier.
I don't even know what that model is.
I think he just like create. He doesn't create his own models, but he stems from other models. Yeah. I don't know what it's called, but dude, he continues to kill it. I don't like the clothes, but the sneakers, he's killing it for sure.
He's definitely killing it.
Like Adidas and Alexander Wang is always.
Yeah, this is his 4th collab with them also. Yeah,
so and think about it. I think I've caught at least one sneaker from every collab of the Alexander Wang shit. But I would say this though, if I had to pay retail for it, I wouldn't pay it.
Because retail is kind of OD. Even for the superstars, it's like $220.
It's $220. I wouldn't pay retail for it. If I had to pay retail, I wouldn't.
I like the sock one though.
The sock one's dope. The only thing about that is, the only thing about the Alexander Wang Adidas thing is that what throws me off is I don't know how they're gonna look in person. Just like when you told me when I got the first pair, you're like, I don't think those look good. But I had a vision. I was like, they're definitely gonna look good in person.
But these are hard to kind of tell. Chunky shoes are always kind of harder to tell in person because if they look big on the computer, they're gonna look huge.
Exactly.
In real life.
But that's what I'm saying. Though the sneakers that I have now currently from the last collection look fat as fuck in the picture.
They look fat on our size 12 compatriot.
For sure.
Like huge.
That's what I'm saying. That there's certain things that people can wear and certain things that other people can't wear. Have you ever seen a motherfucker wear a size 13 Tim, bro?
That should look ridiculous.
Dude, a size 13 Tim. My cousin wears a size 13 Tim. He bought it one time because we all had Tims, and he was like, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna buy Tims," and he never wears Tims. So he bought it, and when he bought it, I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I was hype. I opened the box. I was opening the box, and oh shit, you about to be lit now. I took that shit out. That shit look like a size 17, bro. That shit look like Shaq could fit that shit. Because you know you have to go lower sizes in boots. Like I think in Timberlands I wear like a 7.5.
It's just crazy to me.
It depends on the width that you get, because they have a wider width and then they have a narrow width as well. But that shit always throws me off.
It's about to be December. You got your new pair of Tims in?
Hell no, nigga. I haven't worn Tims since high school.
All right.
I'm not gonna wear Tims. If I move up north, I would definitely wear Tims.
What about a new pair of Clarks?
I never wore Wallaby Clarks.
No.
That's a Wu-Tang shit. I never in my life even thought about wearing Wallaby Clarks. But that's niggas in New York fuck with that. I never in my life wore.
Bro, those are the budget Visvims.
The only thing that I would say that I never wore and New Yorkers wear a lot that my cousin put me on in New York, that we made fun of him actually for wearing them at first, is the Doc Martens. But
this is a 5.
Exactly, Doc Martens is hard. They have a Needles collab or Needless. I still don't know which
I'm gonna say Needles.
But they have one of those collabs and they have a burgundy lace up. I think we talked about it here earlier. In I think maybe episode 5 or some shit in season 2. That boot is hard as shit. I would definitely cop that boot. But the thing is, I won't wear it a lot though. Like it's hot here in my neighborhood.
There would be no reason to wear that.
Either. It's cold now, but
by cold now, you mean it's like 55.
Yeah,
which isn't. I mean, it's cold.
It's cold in the studio right now for sure.
Facts. We got the hoodies on. You feel me?
I guess stemming from that, bro, I wouldn't pay retail for the Alexander Wangs. At least our conversation we'll have another day. And let me before I say this, before I give off the topic, I think that you think I believe everything I just say, but I just say shit to bring a conversation.
What you mean?
Because look what you wrote on it. Because we were both writing up the docket last night.
What the?
Yeah, and you were like, of course. Well, basically, let me lead into the topic is there such thing as too expensive for a product in high fashion? We're having this conversation the other day because we were talking about the Dior cost shit. Yeah. And you said that
the tees are estimated to be like $500, $600.
Well, the tees are $590. I already purchased a few things on that.
Wild.
I purchased a few things on the earlier, but to me, it didn't really seem that expensive to me because I've seen shirts that expensive before, like a Balenciaga tees, regular shit, like a blank Balenciaga tees, like $300, and then you could buy a pack of Mason Margiela tees for $300, like a 3-pack for $300. But you have a different thing. I don't really think that's too expensive because it's like whatever somebody's willing to pay is whatever somebody's willing to pay. You will just have a smaller margin of people who are going to buy it. You gonna say what you wrote, or are you just gonna...
No, that's basically how I feel too. I just feel like you just end up pricing a lot of so many people out because people are gonna pay whatever they feel is right.
Yeah.
You just have to hit that middle mark if you want to be a successful brand. But at this point,
not really, because Chanel shit's super expensive, my nigga.
Because they already have like an established.
Yeah, well,
they were always super expensive.
I think the way you will fuck up if you're selling $50 tees and then you go from selling $50 tees to $1,000 tees.
Yeah.
Then you'll fuck up. But if you always are...
And if it's the same tee.
Yeah. If you're always the straight up and like forward with the fucking brand, then you'll be fine. Like if Chanel shit's always been $1,000 and you're always going to pay $1,000 for Chanel. You're never going to find that shit on sale. No. You're just going to pay what you pay. Damn, I had a point that I was going to take this somewhere else. But it's the same thing to me is like, for example, Zara sells clothes for relatively cheap. Or like H&M and shit, they sell clothes for cheap, but it's the same thing as you'll get the same the profit margins the same as like somebody selling $5,000 jeans. I just have to sell less $5,000 jeans than you have to sell a lot of product to make the same amount of money.
That's true. Who was talking about this?
No, I'm just saying this right now.
Oh, I think I've heard it.
Well, I've heard this in like this is something.
This is just like business. Too.
No, this is something that I did get from school because we have talked about the different margins that you can play in. The only reason why people sell things lower is because it's a more rapid buy. Kind of like what round 2 does. Round 2 always puts things over. So if you go in round 2 and you sell something for $20, they'll flip it and sell it for $50. So they'll get that $30 margin really quick, rather than maxing it out and selling it for $80 because it will sell for $50 quicker. Yeah. So you're just flipping inventory consistently. That's how they make their money.
They get through a lot of inventory.
Yeah. Rather than that's why they go through a lot of inventory because if not, they wouldn't be able to sell as much money
or buy enough stuff.
Rather than I don't know any other shops like round 2, but rather than like a consignment shop, like they really don't own it, but their prices will be very very high. Kind of like what's the one big store that everybody goes to in New York? Flight Club. It's kind of like Flight Club. Like Flight Club is always selling like very high prices. But it's because they have more of more eyes on them. Like everybody knows Flight Club. It might seem to us like everybody knows round 2, but not everybody knows round 2.
No.
There's people who are catching on to round 2 now, but like Flight Club was the first of its kind. From what I remember, maybe like OG can put me on, but from what I remember, Flight Club was the first of its time. Flight Club's been around for forever. There's people that still shop at Flight Club, like celebrities go and shop at Flight Club,
but
they
crazy
know
to me.
Those
prices be rape.
Exactly. I was trying to avoid the R word because it's frequently used in that, but but like celebrities go over there because they know that they can get the products that they want, but they don't know that round 2 has the same shit, and then we'll give you a cheaper price. Sometimes round 2 just go for the high sometimes, but that's when they're trying to max out their fucking value. But that's just like business 101 for you right there.
It just goes to show you that like every consumer is different.
Yeah, there's a consumer for every product.
There's going to be a consumer for every product. I think I have here on the docket that somebody bought an iPhone app that cost $1 million.
I didn't. What did the app do?
It just says only one person could ever download the app.
Yeah, that's the exclusivity of things.
And all it is a button that says, blah, blah, I paid for the app.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's the exclusivity of things sometimes. It just goes, and I bet you, like, later on somebody wanted to buy the app from for $1,500. I mean, for 1.5.
Do you know how much the download file for Flappy Bird goes for? Because ever since they removed it from the store.
Oh, damn, I should have kept that on my phone. What
that should go for like $35K.
Exactly.
Just for the file.
Exactly.
It's data.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's always a price that somebody's willing to pay for something. So don't ever think that know your value of what you have.
Oof. The Dior card holder reselling for $600.
That's why I bought some of this shit too, though. To be honest, but we're not gonna get into that talk on here.
I'll buy the one online.
Yeah,
this one that's $350.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get that.
I mean, I like some of this shit though, for real. Like I like the tee from the Dior card shit. I think the Dior's having their actual like live show tomorrow, which I'm actually gonna watch that shit because I think Kim Jones about to do some big shit. Basically,
Kim Jones about to do some crazy shit. There's been so much build up for this.
Exactly.
Even everything.
He better do some big shit.
Bro, it's been crazy. First of all, the runway thing with the giant cauliflower statue was already insane.
That was the last time of the shit. But I think this is all the shit that's coming out now. But I think his next the one that comes out tomorrow, the fashion show that comes out tomorrow is what he's gonna like. It's gonna be his real collection.
Facts. Yo, the pin is $870.
But the pin is crystallized though.
It's hard.
It's hard though.
It's hard.
I'm telling you. When does the ring come? When the ring comes out?
March.
I'm definitely. That jewelry collab is like. I don't even like jewelry.
The jewelry
that shit is super hard. That shit's super hard. I guess we get to chances into some bullshit talk. Like we've been bullshitting the whole time here. Anyways, you believe we landed on Mars or what?
What are you asking me here?
Do you believe we landed there?
Because I've been having conversations with my coworker. He thinks we never went into space.
There are people who follow that logic.
Yeah, and do I think we landed on Mars? Sure. I think we got the little rover over there. He's chilling. I don't give a fuck though. It don't matter to me. Somebody asked me, "Yo, what's that rover doing?" I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Like to the point, yeah. If we dumb down all the conversations, we really don't know anything.
Yeah,
we don't know shit. But about aliens, you believe in aliens?
Like life
on another life on other planets.
Absolutely. I don't know what the fuck they be doing.
It is very interesting to think about what is going. Like, what the fuck are they doing? Are they living life just like we are? Them? Because like people like to think about aliens as like fucking creatures. Aliens.
Yeah,
like,
they could just be fucking.
They could look exactly like you do.
There could be a whole planet of just towels, like sentient towels with.
I was going more on the side that they probably like just like us.
Oh, they
and they live in another world.
Probably.
The nigga said towels. I still think there's a whole world of Beth Bath & Beyond.
This whole shit look like a Costco warehouse.
Yo, this nigga's killer.
Nah, but in reality, like, you'd be the ill dickhead to think that it's just us.
That is a very selfish thought, to think that it's just us. But there are a lot of people who subject themselves to the logic that we didn't go into space. I mean, there are a lot of factors that play into that, and a lot of factors that play into this. Like, you do have the people like Neil deGrasse Tyson who will tell you everything there is about space, but that's something that's written.
Yeah, and like, one thing I always struggle with is that when I try to tell somebody, I don't know the most scientific or like accurate way to tell you how he did it. I just know that he did it. So when I have like a fault in like my logic, when I can't fully explain something, like there you go, you don't even know. I
don't talk about things I don't fully know. But it's just like somebody believing that we went into space is the same thing. It can be the same thing as like and actually not knowing. It's like it's the same thing as kind of like a like religion to me in the sense where it's like it's what you have faith in. And if you have faith that we went into space, then it's cool. I really don't believe that shit, but you can go in for it because let's just say.
Wait, you don't think we in space?
Nah. Let's just say this system has lied about a lot of things. This is like a ex cheating on you, and you believe everything she says after.
Chill.
Like that's the way I see it. Big topic that I randomly thought about yesterday. Why does AB Dash always tell me that I won't wear things if I buy it?
You don't wear anything.
Yo, you said that about the Cactus Plant t-shirt that I bought like 2 years ago.
You never wore it.
I wore that shirt mad time.
I've never seen you wear
it. Alright, about the Alexander Wang Adidas.
Twice. 3 times max.
This nigga,
there's mad shit that you send me and you go hard. I'm gonna go, you never wear that.
A lot of things that I send you is shit that I would wear, but it's mostly like super expensive shit. But this is stemming from the conversation that Cactus Plant dropped the NERD, but it wasn't Bedazzled, but it was Crystal's nerd jacket.
Look, and I know you love NERD, and I know you're a fan of Cactus. You would buy it. I just don't see you wearing it ever.
I would wear that a lot.
It's a fucking Bedazzled hoodie.
That stems from one of the first BBC clothes, so it has a nostalgia feel for me. I would definitely wear that a lot more of the times. Sometimes the things that I don't think I'm gonna wear a lot, I really don't wear. But some things I reverse that. Some things I really don't think I'm gonna wear a lot, I will end up wearing a lot. Like, I didn't think I was gonna wear the Alexander Wang shit like that, but they are super comfortable shoe and they do fit with a lot of things, and I do wear them a lot. But like I said, I'm a person who knows what I like, and I'm a person who knows what I don't like. So if I like this shit, I'll probably wear it. But it's just hilarious that anytime I buy something, Every Dash is the perfect. If you don't want to spend any money, he's the perfect person to go with because he'll tell you, bro, you won't wear that.
You won't wear that shit.
But when I tell you that you won't wear something, it's because I know for sure you won't wear it. I know
practically
for sure
anytime someone says I'm like, you're not gonna wear that shit.
Yeah, like for sure. Like if we go into a store, because you do it a lot, where it's like, oh, this shit is dope. Like I might cop this shit. I'm like, dog, you would never wear it, but you do buy a lot of like shit that you don't use. Like I don't know if you use the Noah shit, the cup that you bought.
Oh, the cup?
Or the teacup or shit like that?
I haven't... Look, I don't want to disgrace the little teacup I got, so I just haven't checked.
That's the thing, but those are more collector's pieces than that.
The Noah cup, though, I'd be chugging my ginger ale out of there. No cap.
Yo, we got two big fans of ginger ale. I fuck with ginger ale heavy, dog. Ginger ale is a good
because soda's trash, but ginger ale is fire.
Soda's somebody just got super angry at you right now.
Soda's for, like, losers, honestly. You drink soda, you're a fucking loser.
I'm not a huge fan of soda. Like, I was before, but, like, I only like it, but, like, I do, like, shit in my life when I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore, so I just, like, completely stopped doing it, so I haven't drunk soda in a while. I only drink water, like, period. I only drink water. But I do, last time when we were in New York, I was feeding a nigga a fucking Coke, like one of the classic bottle of Coke, with a slice of pizza, bro. Because I remember that flavor.
That's just the
and
culture,
eating it with pepperoni, and eating the pepperoni slice.
I mean, to be fair, we did drink the fucking fruit punch, which is probably just as bad.
I only got that shit because niggas was hyping it up so much.
They were hyping that.
That fruit punch was so sweet, my nigga. I was cool with it after like two sips, my nigga. Like that was enough for me.
Afterwards, it was like pure concentrate.
Dude, it's pure sugar. You know how much fucking corn syrup they have in that shit? Like, come on, man. That shit. Like, I know for a fact because it's like when your saliva gets like thick. Pause. That's when I like when I drink something like that was the heavy sugar and heavy high tubes corn syrup. Like that. That shit just fucks me up like that a lot. One question I had on here as well too. It was if you could be supremely talented in one thing, what would it be? Like,
if I could be supremely talented in one thing,
because I think my answer is very selfish and like, if I could be great at like one thing, like fucking phenomenal at it, other people would choose other things. But the thing that I'm gonna choose is because I really like. I've always thought about like, if I could do this, I'll be fucking ill. What do you got? As he ponders.
As I ponder. I want to give my reasoning for, like, I don't have an answer yet, but I want to, like, reason out loud. Yeah. You can be the most talented artist in the world and not sell anything. You can be one of the most talented musicians in the world and not sell anything. Sometimes there
has to be a balance.
There has to be a balance. Sometimes, like, when you're talented supremely at, like, a physical thing, like at a sport, you're almost guaranteed, if you're not a fuck up mentally, to do something well. For sure. So that's where
Barring
I'm leaning.
injury.
Barring injury, or, like, God forbid, like, you're on drugs or something. Yeah. If you're good at a sport, you're going to play the sport.
You're going to play that sport, for sure.
So I would probably be, like, an amazing soccer player or something. You know, maybe like a trash sport like baseball.
See, I thought you were going to give like a more philosophical answer. Like you were going to say like, yeah, I would want to be the greatest painter of all time or be like the illest like composer or some shit like that. Because I thought that my answer was very selfish.
No, because I've been doing a lot of writing.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get better at writing. And I realized I get a lot more enjoyment from like looking at shit from like a year ago and improving on it and like seeing where I
think that's anybody though. To be honest.
So if I was just like suddenly a fire ass painter, I wouldn't want to paint ever.
Well,
ever.
I'm saying like it's not like you would get that talent right away. It's like gradually, like you know how like Beethoven could listen to music, like he can hear things that other people couldn't hear, and it took him time to learn how to write music and stuff like that. Like you're a savant. Like throughout the time, like right now, you would be one of the greatest painters of all time. If you like, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying like right now you just get struck with the shit.
Nah, I'm still gonna hold down with my answer and just do other shit like on the side.
All right, so my answer was different. So I was listening.
I
was listening. I was like, bro, I was listening to fucking Marvin Gaye's "I Want You" album, and I was like, bro, if I could sing like this nigga, I would be the illest nigga on earth, bro. Because the riffs that he takes, my nigga. So I would say for me it would be to sing. I don't know why. I've always had an affinity for singers. Like I love R&B and soul music. So that's like one thing I wish I could be. My voice doesn't. As you hear me, my voice sounds like Jadakiss. So my voice does not sound like a singer. but for sure singing. But I would have thought you would have said something else, because you know how some people like to give the bullshit answer, like I would want to be the greatest physicist or the philosopher.
Nah, which is whack.
Like,
but I think both our answers come from a place where like something where we lack growing up. Like you always wanted to be, maybe not always wanted to be, but you have affinity for singers. Yeah. Me, I'm built like a hunchback gazelle. So I was never.
Yeah, I was good at sports growing up.
So I could never be an athletic person. So being the best at that would be like, that's sick.
Yeah, my shit definitely stems from like my family's lineage in music. So I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I mean, I don't think my family members can sing that well either, but they do have their stamps in music in our country and shit like that. But that was some shit I thought about listening to.
I didn't even know that this was on the docket.
It's all the way at the bottom. Do you want to talk about the fucking new Pokemon and new Lion King movie? Which one would you prefer to see, and which one would you fucking exile?
I want to see both of them.
Bro, I do not want to see that Pokemon movie.
That Pokemon movie looks fucking sick.
Right. No way you can sit on his straight face right now and tell me that Pokemon movie looks fucking sick, bro.
Like, I don't know if it's known or not in this podcast. I'm a big Pokemon fan, competitive and like gameplay-wise. So, I think it's cool to finally see a real life movie with Pokemon in the real world of like how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Of course, there's shit that's already wrong in the trailer. For
sure.
That's already like.
I'm not one of those people like the comic book guys. Like I find it to be wrong. The only thing that I fucking hate about the movie is that I don't remember that they can talk to each other.
Yeah.
If that happens.
But I guess it's just like that one Ryan Reynolds Pikachu can talk to this one guy.
And you pick Ryan Reynolds out of all people. Just because he did really good in Deadpool doesn't mean he should be in every movie. I don't understand the logic between.
But you already know that in Deadpool 3, he's gonna make fun of himself for playing Pikachu. So
for sure,
it's all good. But
I do like it when he does that in Deadpool. Though,
I'm excited for what it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be.
It's gonna be bad.
In what way?
You know it's gonna be bad.
Look, really is it gonna be like the fucking Inception or like True Crime or like Casablanca? No, but am I gonna laugh once or twice when I watch it? Probably.
I've watched maybe one of those movies you just named.
Taxi Driver. Is it gonna be the next Taxi Driver?
Nah, it's not gonna be Taxi Driver.
But what's up?
I just don't, dog. I don't like when they fuck up things that are already good. Like, you could have just made another good movie. Like, I don't really care to be honest. Like, the last Pokemon movie I watched was when I was a kid because it came out in 2000.
Yeah. They make Pokemon movies like every year, but they're usually all cartoons. But this one is like kind of separate. But it'll be cool to see.
How dare you say cartoons is an anime?
Cartoons and anime, whatever.
Yeah, alright. If we get anime listeners, they're definitely gonna fucking threaten you.
Anime is just cartoons made in Asia. That's all it is.
Yo, the anime niggas be going crazy.
It's just Eastern animation. That's all it is. Fuck all that.
The Lion King movie, though.
Fire.
That movie's gonna be fire.
That shit looking clean.
That movie looks clean as shit. That movie's gonna be fire. Even though we already know what the fuck's gonna happen in the movie. I don't think there's gonna be any twist. I think Beyonce's one of the...
Beyonce's Nala.
Yeah, and then Gambino's on it.
Simba. Seth Rogen's Pumbaa.
I think that fits well.
James Earl Jones is still Mufasa.
Okay. Yeah, so like, that's just dope. You give new sounds to it. We already said Nico.
A lot of people. So this Lion King movie, they called it a live action remake. But it's all computers.
That's the same thing I said when I told my cousin that shit, and then I was like, "Yo, you seen that live action Lion King movie?" And he was like, "Live action, so they got like real lions out there?" And I'm like, "Nah, it's CGI and shit." He was like, "That's just not live action.
It's just cartoons still."
It's really good CGI. That's all it is. It's really good CGI.
Which goes to the how long have we had this kind of CGI technology? Because if we
had it for a minute, Transformers all CGI.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like. How long has it existed not in the public? Because if the government had this shit, you already know that moon landing is ew.
Look, I'm not gonna delve into any of this shit, but hey, man,
your fucking face right now.
That Mars landing did look like it was a green screen to me, to be honest. And we've already seen a few videos when we went down that little rabbit hole that one time at Obi Omar's crib.
It was more like blue screen.
This is the topic that I'm pretty sure we both forgot because this happened early when we weren't doing the episodes. So, Teddy Saint is a frequent fucking person we talk about on here. It's just as much as we talk about Hope on here. Yes, we have biases. We like people. Emilion Dior does not miss.
Does not miss.
We've talked about the shit, this new capsule and shit like that.
Oh, the new shit that I just sent you this morning.
Yeah.
The basketball shit.
The basketball shit. And then we've talked about on Black Friday when they had some sales about like, Dude, there's a lot of shit that I missed that he dropped.
Yeah, when you go back
like, he has an oat color like this, like an oat gray color Amin Leon Dior hoodie with the Amin Leon Dior stitch and navy.
Yeah. And the fucking crest. That crest
shit is sick. That shit is sick. Now, fast forward to a video that has been going around. I think Teddy posted it himself.
He did. Of
Kanye buying a whole rack of Amin Leon Dior. I believe it was at Patrons of the New in New York.
Yeah, he was just like, yo, I need this.
Yeah, he grabbed the whole rack and he was like, I need this and all the beanies that he had. Amin Leon Dior, is it time to put the tombstone on
To
that?
be fair, you want a real answer or like a troll answer? Because obviously not. But to be fair, I haven't seen Kanye wearing any of this stuff yet.
I haven't either. To be honest, the real question that I wanted to ask, that was just like a little troll question because that's not gonna make me stop wearing them.
No, absolutely not.
Bro. And we have been saying it right by I've heard somebody say it in the video, and I was like, oh, so we were saying it right.
Hitler could like become reanimated and shop at evenly on the old. I'm like, you know what? Fuck, I'll rock with it.
But the one question I really did want to have is, does Kanye even hold the impact like that in fashion anymore? To be honest, like at one point when he was wearing the Balenciaga arenas and he started that whole wave, and then he started the whole wave of the Nike Flight 88s or the 3s when the Jordans and shit was coming. Not saying Jordans were already popular, but he popularized it to other people, or like the leather pants or Givenchy or the Don C. I don't think he holds that in fashion anymore, to be honest.
I think because the scope on him isn't on fashion right now, that if he does do something in fashion, it won't have that same impact.
Yeah, I
feel like if he cuts down everything else and just went on fashion mode again, and did something crazy, and then was like just quiet about it, we would see it again.
I don't think because like I'm saying from the same aspect as when somebody would see Kanye West walking, they would take a picture of it, and he's walking with something, and that whole outfit would sell out.
Yeah. And they would do what they do. They would have like a Kanye West fits page, and like they would document what he
was wearing. Like heavy when he was going into the Balmain shit, when he was wearing Chelsea boots and the ripped pants. Yeah. That's still a style people wear to this day. Like that's something that people are really big on to this day, and a lot of fashion did come from Kanye at that time. But I just don't feel like he holds that anymore in fashion. Like I don't think people are going to see what Kanye is wearing. I think who holds that shit now is like Verge and like Luca and. Like, people of that, like, I don't think he really holds it like that anymore. Because I think a lot of people are becoming a lot more individualized, I think. Or trying to be.
Well, older people. There's still lots of kids.
All the people that we fuck with are getting older, so that's who we fuck with. But yeah, I don't think it's like that anymore. Because I don't know who the kids look up to now. Like, who our little cousins look up to, like, to be like, oh, that nigga's fly.
Fortnite videos.
I'm saying, but that's a different type of kid. I'm saying kids who are like us, who are growing up now,
who are of the elk. Who do they look at now?
Who do they look up to now as to be fly? I think it's like Verge and shit like that.
Billie Eilish, the girl singer, probably Luca.
There is that girl, the little Asian girl who takes the pictures with the hard fits.
Oh, the 6-year-old.
Yeah, the 6-year-old. Yeah, that's probably one of Illa's Instagram pages too. She's super fly. Her parents are designers too, so don't think that she's dressing herself up. She's just killing it.
Lil Tay.
What happened to that girl?
She got in trouble with her parents. They took her phone away.
I don't know why that chick is even mentioned.
I fuck with Lil Tay, bro. That's the world's youngest flexer. You just mad because you broke.
The people like that is what ruins things for everybody.
What you mean?
For sure.
Nah.
The fact that people like that, I never hate on somebody who get bread, but the fact that people like that can get big, it's like fucking disheartening to other people who actually are trying to do something besides being the world's biggest flex. Like, that shit's so stupid.
Just become the world's biggest something else, and make your own lane.
I think that is like a fucking trend that people. Well, not a trend. That's been a marketing scheme that people always have to use. Like world's biggest. And it still uses. It still works. Like, if somebody goes right now and puts, like, the world's biggest building, everybody's going to go look at that picture.
Facts. Oh, shit. All right, so, look, this is going to be mad off topic, but I was geeking out of this video.
Nigga, our whole... Look, because people always ask me what the podcast is mainly based off, and I would say fashion is... But, like, everybody who listens to this shit knows we go off all the fucking time.
All right, look, because we're about to get into our Brent CDs of the week after this, probably, right?
Yeah.
So, what I want to talk about is that I was looking up mad YouTube videos, and I found out what the slowest song in the world is.
You always find, like, little random shit like this.
So, what it is that it was composed in, like, the 1900s, right?
Yeah.
And it's basically, like, a little song, but the challenge is to perform it as slow as you can.
Yeah.
So some people take 45 minutes to play this one little song, and some people have taken 15 hours, like on a live stream. But there's this one church in Germany that plays one note of the song every few years, and it's gonna take them 600 more years to finish. And the next note, because we've been like in music, there's like notes and then there's rest. So we've been in a rest for like 8 years. The next note that's gonna be played is in 2020, and I'm going to this fucking church. A whole crowds of people go to listen to the note.
Bro, the shit that entertains people when we have so much technology nowadays. There's just like so much technology we have at our fucking fingertips. The shit that entertains people now
is so fucking cool.
It's the non-normal shit. Well, it's the non-traditional things nowadays. Like people would seek that way more than what they did in the past. Like if that shit would happen in the fucking in the 1900s, nigga, man, you retarded. What is this stupid shit? Here. Like, you think that person in the 1900s who composed that thought that it was going to be this big nowadays?
Probably not.
Exactly. No. Like, I think he just did that shit because at that time, that's as fast as you can play the music, to be honest.
But it's so fucking cool. Like, I was watching a video about the crowds. There's like thousands of people that come to this small.
I'm pretty sure by 2020, when they shit come, we said 2022 or 2020.
It's 2020.
In 2020, when that crowd's gonna be like 100,000 people,
and
they're gonna make a thing about it for sure.
I'm going.
Just like they have that shit in like the European countries where it's the cheese roll where you go down the hill.
Fuck that shit, bro. That shit is so stupid.
That is. Yo, I never kill people's culture, but bro, I don't know what the fuck.
That's cultural.
That's definitely cultural. That is European. That's like European culture. No, I don't even think it's European. I think it's like Wisconsin or something. Like where they make cheese or some shit like that. Like I think it's those people who do that shit.
What do you roll it down the hill as like a race?
You roll it down in the hill, and I think it's like the closest person to beating the cheese, or I think the person who grabs the cheese, because it's a very steep hill. Like people get fucked up.
Oh god!
Whoever grabs that shit is the winner, and you get like free cheese or some shit like for like a year or something. I don't really know about that shit. I guess we'll give the top 10. Not top 10s, but the best CDs. We haven't done this in a while. We'll try to be more fucking consistent with this shit. Hit yours.
All right, I got mine. So I'm actually doing it on songs I've been listening to, and not just random songs that I like.
I mean, that was the purpose of it in general. I always do it on songs that I'm listening to.
So this new Earl Sweatshirt track called "The Mint" is my number one. I got Mitski Two Slow Dances. The new Alchemist track called "E. coli."
I haven't heard that shit yet.
The Alchemist track?
Yeah,
it's an Earl song.
I know it's an Earl song, but I haven't heard it yet.
It's good. I got a rapper called Mike. His song called "For the Nation," and I got
his name is just Mike.
Yeah.
How the fuck does he think somebody's gonna find him? Just put Mike the rapper.
It's hard to find him on Spotify.
Exactly. Like if you put Mike the rapper, it's gonna pull up Killer Mike.
Yeah. If you just put Mike, like a lot of other shit comes up first.
I would think a million things pop up when you say Mike before the rapper.
So if you want to find him, look up his album. It's called Renaissance Man.
All right, there you go.
There you go. And then my last track is Anderson .Paak. I got Cheers featuring Q-Tip.
Number one song, Solange, Mad. Still, that
song's hard.
That CD at the Table is probably one of my favorite albums to drop in 10 years. The Nas Echo from Poison, from Swiss Beats Poison album. Look, man, that verse is just ridiculous. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. That verse is crazy. I don't know how to pronounce his sick name. I think her name is Sanaa. Is it Sanaa?
Is it Snow?
She's Switzerland. I've been listening to music for like a year or two now. It's Snow Allegra. Her song "Fool for You" is on her not her new EP. I think it was her latest EP. She makes really dope soul music, soul R&B music. That's definitely like my vibe. And then I have India Shine featuring James Fauntleroy. Look, if you don't know who James Fauntleroy is, go look up Fauntleroy because Fauntleroy is fucking ill. And that song that song is "Our Limits." James Fauntleroy?
Yeah.
I don't know how old James Fauntleroy is. The name sounds old though, right?
Yeah, it sounds nice.
Jay-Z Sweet off of the American Gangsta album. That song is super hard.
He's 34.
Yeah, James Fauntleroy's dope. He's really dope. If you like R&B soul, like I just gave you a whole bunch of R&B soul right there. I'm pretty sure a lot of people may know who Solange is, but I don't think a lot of people know who Andy. Yeah, well, people should know, but it's people who we usually like. That's the thing. The biggest misconception is that because we are in a group of people who know, we think everybody should know, but a lot of people don't know. Like I mentioned that girl to a lot of people who I've been around, and like I have no idea who that is.
Who, James Fauntleroy?
No, James Fauntleroy's not a girl. Snow Allegra. She has songs with She has a real good poppin' song with Vince Staples. It's really good.
Yeah, it's her song though, right?
Yeah,
it's called Burn or something.
Yeah, it's he sounds a lot like 3 Stacks to me on that verse, so that's why I like that shit a lot.
Oof.
So I guess we'll round this out saying R&B to all the legends. Stan Lee,
Steven Hillenburg for SpongeBob.
Somebody else reached. Rest in peace to Kim Porter.
Kim Porter,
the model.
rest in peace. Very important model
for sure.
For music,
she did a lot of things for music that go unseen a lot. Will go unheard of a lot. I guess we'll end that shit here. Season 3,
episode 1.
Season 3, episode 1, Telatlak Talk. We're on all platforms.
You already know.
Holla at me.
If you want, just call me and I'll serenade you with my part of the podcast.
Alright. Out of here.